This story is about Yoon-ri. She is such a demon who seduces everyone and absorbs their energy. Usually she can absorb energy until the other person's life leaves them, but Yoon-ri is not like that. She only absorbs enough energy so that the other person doesn't die, and her hunger is also satisfied. At 10 o'clock at night, Yoon-ri is absorbing energy from a boy after seducing him. This boy wants to kiss her for a longer time, but Yoon-re says, "My stomach is full." Because she knew, if I absorb more energy, then this boy's health might get worse. Yoon-ri is quite famous among boys, and her age has become approximately 200 years, and she stays calmer than before. Previously, she used to absorb quite a lot of energy from one person. So by doing this, everyone started beating her up, therefore she takes the least energy from everyone. Now, Yoon-ri works at a shop where whatever customer comes, she absorbs energy from them under the pretext of giving goods or taking payment. Here, Yoon-ri absorbs too much energy from a boy, so that boy's health starts getting worse. A girl comes with him. She says, "Did he try to flirt with you?" So Yoon-ri says, "No, your boyfriend is not like that." That girl says, "He is not my boyfriend. He is still single." Yoon-ri thinks, "This is the perfect solution to satisfy my hunger." Yoon-ri is famous among boys, and she keeps quite frank with them. With this excuse, she keeps collecting a little bit of energy from boys. Due to this matter, all the college girls are annoyed with her and say, "She must be seducing the professor all day too. That is why she gets a scholarship every year." Yoon-ri is also listening to these talks of theirs. Among them, one girl has a hair problem, due to which she is quite worried. Just then, Yoon-ri comes there to advertise her hair treatment, which she used to sell in her shop. That girl says to Yoon-ri, "Oh, so your hair is so good because of this reason." But they do not know that Yoon-ri's hair is so good because she absorbs everyone's energy. Just then, a boy touches Yoon-ri from behind, so a light starts burning in Yoon-ri's eyes. That boy has worn a mask because the time of COVID-19 is going on. He says to the girls, "Sorry to disturb you all, but can you guys wear masks?" And he goes away after distributing masks to them. Yoon-ri feels a bit strange about that boy and says, "Why does his taste so good?" Yoon-ri is sitting thinking, that boy is not normal. Just then a voice comes, "Are you talking about me?" Yoon-ri says to him, "Are you that same mask guy?" He says, "Yes." Yoon-ri feels quite strange. "How did he come here?" And that boy says, "You only told me." Yoon-ri says, "You are looking different from everyone to me." So the mask guy says, "Yes, my look is indeed different from everyone." Yoon-ri says, "I know, you are an incubus." That boy starts kissing Yoon-ri to take her energy, so Yoon-ri catches him and says, "I have 200 years of experience. Did you think of me just like that?" Yoon-ri has held his hand, so he starts absorbing her energy. So Yoon-ri starts getting dizzy and her health starts getting worse. Then she has to let go of that boy's hand. That boy says, "Don't struggle too much." Then Yoon-ri jumps on him and says to him, "I will take your life out from inside you." She is about to kiss him when she sees he is wearing a mask. Yoon-ri says to him, "Take this off." Just then her dream breaks and she wakes up and thinks, "How can I think such a dream that I jumped on an incubus?" Then she gets sad because she gets the most energy from kissing, which she is not able to do because of the mask. So Yoon-ri asks her friends, "Are these masks in fashion nowadays?" Her friends say, "No, just wear it for manners." Yoon-ri says, "If I cannot spread the virus to anyone or I cannot get it from anyone, then even then will I have to wear this?" Friends say, "Yes, even though you are the great Yoon-ri, but you are human after all, so you will have to wear this." Yoon-ri tries wearing it, but she is not even able to breathe in it, so she takes off the mask. Then she calls out to a boy because she wanted to absorb energy from him. But that boy looks at her and says, "You haven't worn a mask," and he runs away from there. Yoon-ri goes to a restaurant, so he asks for her number before giving her the goods. So Yoon-ri says, "I don't have enough energy left that I can give you my number. First I will take a sip, then I will give you the number." But this boy says, "I am going to call the boss because you have come without wearing a mask." Yoon-ri sees that whoever has not worn a mask has no entry here, so she thinks, these humans are so weak. They don't even have this much sense that they will die less from the disease, but now if I hide my beautiful face, then they will die more from that. Then she puts on the mask and thinks, I will definitely take revenge for this, and I will absorb my 5 days' energy from inside him. When she makes the payment to him to take energy from him, but that boy has worn gloves. Yoon-ri has not yet received enough energy that she can move her hands and feet. She is lying comfortably. Just then, a boy comes there and says, "Sorry, I have changed my stream, that's why I got a little late." The teacher scolds him, "Why didn't you wear a mask?" Yoon-ri finds his face familiar, so she covers it and looks. Then she remembers. This is the same mask guy by whose touching her light had started glow and who had come in her dream. So Yoon-ri stands up immediately after seeing him. She shouts in front of everyone and says, "He came here too, following me to attack me at this place because she knows now I cannot use my magic." Then the teacher scolds her, "Wear a mask and sit quietly." Then Yoon-ri has to wear the mask and thinks, is he an incubus or a human? That boy's name is Shiwoo. As soon as he comes out of the room, Yoonri catches him and asks, "Why have you come here?" Then Yoonri has held his hand. Then energy starts releasing again, and Yoon faints. When she regains consciousness, she is sitting in a room of the school, and that boy leaves some medicine near her and goes. Here she thinks, if he were an incubus, he had a lot of time, but he didn't do anything like that. This means he is human, only just his energy is more than the rest, so I faint myself. She wanted to know why it is so she starts planning and says to him, "Become my partner." Shiwoo says, "No." So Yoon says, "When I had fainted, you helped me, therefore I want to buy a drink for you." And he says, "No." So Yoonri says, "Come, we will meet after school." Shiwoo says, "No." So she says, "Come, we will go somewhere else." But Shiwoo says, "No." Yoonri says, "What is the harm in drinking?" Shiwoo says, "I don't drink." Yoonri says, "Is there any boy in college too who doesn't drink?" Shiwoo goes away from Yoonri and sits down. Yoonri comes carrying heavy luggage. She wants to see how quickly he trusts someone and pretends in front of him, "This is very heavy." Shiwoo says, "Shall I pick this up?" So Yoonri thinks he is trapped and says, "No, I will pick it up myself." Shiwoo comes to her and says, "I am picking this up." But in reality, nothing like this happens. Shiwoo is sitting in his place. This plan of Yoonri also flops. Shiwoo is leaving, so Yoonri catches him and says, "Can I not like you? Will you hurt me if I like you, and how much time will you take?" Shiwoo says, "You haven't worn a mask. This is such a disgusting thing." Saying this, he goes away. Yoonri says, "Am I disgusting or are you disgusting?" In the next scene, Yoonri's friend says to her, "I know you have started liking him. That is why you keep roaming around him." Yoonri says, "I am just doing some observation." She says, "No, this is exactly what is called liking." Yoonri thinks, "How do I tell her that I want to bite him?" So she decides, "I will tell her," and says to her, "Maybe you will be a little surprised to hear." She is saying this when her friend gets a message. Now online studies are about to start and the college is about to close. Yoonri gets shocked. Now how will I gain energy? And the year 2020 had brought the biggest crisis for her. Shiwoo is walking on the road at night, so he sees that a girl kills a boy after absorbing his energy. So he also falls there in fear, and that girl comes near him and says, "Right now you are small. I will do the same with you too, when you get a little older." Just then, Shiwoo's dream breaks. On the other side, Yoonri is worried and speaking, "Now how will I earn my living?" Her friend suggests, "Find a job." Yoonri tries to find a job where she can go and get energy, but due to Corona, all places had closed down. Online work starts for everyone. Yoonri is quite sad and says, "Without energy, my hair has also become dry and withered." Then she remembers the hair treatment shampoo which she used to make herself. Yoonri posts, "Whoever cannot go to the salon should use this because this will make your hair strong, make it thick, make it silky, and much more." Then she goes to sell, and customers start coming to her, and she absorbs a little energy from everyone. Then she feels that she has come back to life. Everyone praises the fragrance of this shampoo a lot. All of Yoonri's shampoos get finished, so she thinks, "What should I sell now?" So she looks at her old video games and thinks, many people might come to buy antique things. So she puts the post on the net. Shiwoo is such a boy who doesn't mix with anyone. People used to find him quite weird, and he had started living in his own separate world with his video games. He sees the post and goes to buy it. Although he has worn a mask, but when he touches Yoonri, she finds out that this is the same boy. But Shiwoo is unable to recognize her. Yoonri says, "You are that same boy." Shiwoo says, "Which boy? I have come here to buy a video game." Yoonri feels, "If I catch him, I will get energy." Shiwoo says, "Put this aside." Yoonri puts it aside and says to him, "Come give me the payment." So Shiwoo starts sending her online payment. Yoonri says, "Only cash payment will work." Shiwoo says, "Yes, this is also cash payment. I am not taking any credit from you." Shiwoo takes time to make the payment, so Yoonri says, "Give it, I will do it. Maybe you are facing difficulty." Shiwoo refuses. Yoonri gets angry, takes off her mask, and bites him. But Shiwoo throws her away and says, "What are you doing?" Yoonri takes off her mask and says, "This is me, your classmate. I had become very worried because of you. That is why I bit you. By the way, I came here to do business of second-hand things." Shiwoo says, "I also came here to buy a video game." Yoonri says, "Destiny wants to unite us." But this makes no difference to Shiwoo. Yoonri says, "Come forget this. I give you these games for free." Shiwoo says, "I have money." Yoonri says, "We are friends, that is why I will not take money from you. In exchange for this, you will have to go somewhere to hang out with me." Shiwoo refuses. Yoonri says, "I have to get something done by you. When you obey me, then I will give you the new series of video games." Shiwoo asks her, "What is that work?" And that work is that Yoonri makes him play games with her. But he loses. So Yoonri says, "Look, you lost. I will take you to make you drink." Shiwoo says, "No." So Yoonri says, "Come, I will take you for lunch." When they go to the restaurant seeing Yoon-ri's behavior, the shopkeeper says, "Your girlfriend is very funny." Yoon-ri gets happy and says, "Yes, yes." But Shi-woo says, "She is not my girlfriend." Then Yoon-ri feeds him food and says to him, "Feed me too," and thinks, "Now you must have been trapped in my web." Shi-woo says to her, "I am leaving now." Shi-woo is going quickly, so Yoon-ri says to him, "You didn't even take your new series." Shi-woo says, "Then give it." Yoon-ri says, "You had promised me that you would do every task told by me, and right now it has only been half a day. Come, let's go to some amusement park." Shi-woo says, "In this pandemic?" Yoon-ri says, "Come, let's go to watch some movie with Coke and popcorn." Shi-woo says, "We haven't come on any date. Don't behave like this." Yoon-ri says, "You don't like me enough to go with me, but for the video game, you can go with me." Shi-woo says, "I don't want your video games," and starts leaving from there. Yoon-ri thinks, "I am different from everyone. That is why I have been insulted a lot in 200 years. People start saying anything about me and consider me weird." So Yoon-ri did not want to become weird in front of Shi-woo, so she says to Shi-woo, "I didn't want to hurt you. I did all this because I like all this. I had no other purpose. But why did you do all this? If you don't like all this, you played the game with me and ate cake from my hand? If you didn't like it, then you could have told me. You could have refused me too." Shi-woo says, "What do you think? Is it easy to refuse someone?" Yoon-ri says, "We have spent quite some time together, so don't consider me weird. I am not weird." Shi-woo says, "Come, let's go." Yoon-ri says, "The way to my house and your house is different." Shi-woo says, "I am not talking about going home. Come, let's go to watch a movie." At 10 o'clock at night, Shi-woo brings her to his projector instead of some hall to watch the movie. Then Shi-woo shares a drink with her. So Yoon-ri says, "You had said that you don't drink." Shi-woo says, "Which boy is in college who cannot drink? Today is Yoon-ri's best day in the last 200 years. Yoon-ri says to Shi-woo, "Today, whatever I said to you, you did that, whereas you don't even like all this." Shi-woo says, "No, it is not like that. I also felt good. After so many days, I spent time with someone." Both are watching the movie when a kiss scene comes. Yoon-ri says, "What must those people be thinking when they kiss?" Shi-woo is finding all this quite bold and says, "Nothing at all. They only act." Yoon-ri says, "Is it possible that you kiss someone without even liking them? Can we also kiss?" Yoon-ri comes near Shi-woo, but Shi-woo's health gets worse. Yoon-ri says, "I didn't even do anything, so then what happened?" Yoon-ri gets worried, so Shi-woo says, "I am fine." And the movie also finishes. Shi-woo says to her, "Come, let's go out." Yoon-ri gets sad. "Perhaps I am meeting Shi-woo for the last time." Shi-woo comes to drop her home. Yoon-ri says, "I didn't feel that you would come to drop me till here." Shi-woo says, "It had become quite late, that is why." Yoon-ri starts giving him video games, so she thinks, perhaps this is my last moment with Shi-woo, so she says, "These games are for 2 players and my house is also nearby." So Shi-woo refuses her. Yoon-ri says, "Why don't you come to my house to play a game? I will give you one more game." Shi-woo has to go to her house. Shi-woo comes home and smells the hair treatment shampoo and says, "Because of this, such a good smell used to come from you." Yoon-ri says, "That comes not from those but from these, and I will try on you too for your hair treatment. It takes no time at all." And she touches Shi-woo and something happens to him. Then she goes away from there. Then both play video games, have a lot of fun, and eat noodles too. Yoon-ri loses in the game. Then Shi-woo says to her, "Give it. Give your controller to me." Yoon-ri is not giving it to him, so he snatches it from her. Yoon-ri struggles with him to snatch it, then falls on him and starts kissing him. So Shi-woo falls down and his health gets worse. Yoon-ri gets quite worried and asks Shi-woo, "Are you sick or do you have something?" Shi-woo says, "Nothing." Yoon-ri says, "Tell me." Shi-woo says, "I said, didn't I? I am fine." Yoon-ri says, "I felt we must have come close. I think it is all my fault." Yoon-ri thinks, "I am a succubus, but I have started loving you and want to come near you. But perhaps I am being too selfish, and your health is perhaps getting worse because of this reason, and you are in pain only because of me." Shi-woo's health starts getting worse again, so she says, "What happened to you again?" But Shi-woo says, "This time I am joking." Yoon-ri says, "I like you, but I don't want that you like me too in return. If you don't like me, you can say this. I will not feel bad at all because I am different from everyone else." Then Shi-woo tells her, "When I was a little small, then I saw a very dangerous scene. She was kissing a boy. If I tell everyone else, then they will feel good. But for me, it was quite scary because that boy had died. And whenever I see a scene like that or am in the same situation myself, then my health starts getting worse. This has become my phobia. That is why I thought only, I will stay alone then. Perhaps I will stay fine. I feel more scared of this rather than that people call me a weirdo." Yoon-ri says, "What is weird in this? Everyone has their own opinion. Some don't like to kiss, so some like it. Shiwoo starts laughing, saying, "Okay." Yoonri says, "I can understand your feelings well because I am also like you. And thanks for telling me your secret. It feels quite good when the person we have understands us." Shiwoo says, "What is your secret?" Yoonri says, "Do you want to know? If you find out, then you cannot back off." Shiwoo says, "Still, I want to know." Yoonri says, "My secret is that I want to taste you. If you don't want, then you can tell me." Shiwoo says, "No, it's fine." Then both kiss, and it is exactly 10 o'clock, and the whole house starts shaking loudly. Along with this, Shiwoo's dream breaks. Then it turns out that from start to end, this story is a dream, and the drama ends here.